Now, Behind the Law with Justin Clark and Allie Mack on ESPN 580 Orlando.
And welcome to the program. It's another edition of Behind the Law right here on ESPN 580 Orlando. Thank you for spending your evenings here with us on our favorite sports radio station. Allie Mack's looking at me like I have 4 ears or so. First of all, happy birthday, Allie Mack. What's going on?
Thank you.
30, do you want to tell us? Yeah, 32. Wow. It's been 32
Plus
amazing
10.
years, huh? but it's not the most celebratory birthday, I understand. What happened?
It's not.
Do you want to? Can we talk about it or no?
Because
I didn't
definitely.
know. I mean, we lost someone very special to us today.
Very, very special. So on Tuesday, I lost my puppy of 3 years. And it was just very sudden. He was barking on the couch. All of a sudden, he fell off the couch, not really sure why, and he just never got back up. So we took him to the ER, and he had already passed before we got to the ER.
But how does it happen? I mean, a 3-year-old dog, that doesn't just happen. I mean, what are you going to get an autopsy? I mean, can you get an autopsy of a dog? I don't know how this works.
At this point, we're trying to make sense of it and at the same time heal. So I think that we probably are just going to, we really don't know what happened, but we don't want to delay the process of healing. And I got him cremated, and they're going to give me a little paw print, and, he's always going to be with us in our heart, and we're always going to love him.
There's always one person in the relationship that's closer to the animal than the other. Would you say it's you or your husband more affected by this?
I'm going to tell you, I think it's both of us equally, and now that it's happened, it's me more because I didn't realize how much he meant to me until he was gone. So I think it's very, it's very important. Like, we have our pets, our animals that we just sometimes we might take them for granted, but you don't realize once they're gone how much joy they brought into your life.
The good thing is I do have a birthday present for you today. All right.
You
So
do?
I have 3 dogs, 3 cats, and a turtle at my house.
Are you going to make me pick one?
Which one do you want?
I cannot
Because we are
with
happy
you.
to give them away. Which one do you want? You just tell me right now. You want chowder? You want gordito? I mean, you can have either one of them.
I love Gordito. I love that name. That one is mine.
Those are 2 Chihuahuas, and you know they're Chihuahuas because every time I walk home, it's like they've never met me before. They just start, as soon as they open the door, it's like, wah, 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 wah. I'm like, guys, I've been coming here, the same house, since I've known you 6 years ago, and you're barking at me like you never met me. So which one? I'm sorry.
Gordito.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Gordito, you have a new home. And
We will love you, Gordito.
happy birthday, Allie Mack. I'm really sorry about, what was his name?
Rocky.
I'm sorry about Rocky. Better times ahead. You always remember Rocky. The beautiful Brianna is here to my right. Hello, Brianna. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Very special show today. We're going to do the news with Allie Mack. We'll also play Stump the Clarkie in the second half hour, and a very special guest joining us today, talking about IT security, probably one of the most hot button issues and something that we really need to address on this show a lot. And I'm getting a lot of IT issues here, even at the office. I'm getting people trying. You can just tell they're trying to break in. They're trying to break in. And so when it comes to internet security, what do you need to do, not only as a business owner, but personally? And that's Tom Mihalinko will join us here today. But first, it's time. Do you have some news today or no? It's a birthday edition of what's going on with Allie Mack.
I do have some news.
If it's on the internet, she's talking about it. It's what's going on with Allie Mack.
What's going on? What's going on?
So in the news today, I'm turning 42.
You just admitted it. Oh, my gosh.
42 years old.
And you have a new dog.
And I have a new dog called Gordito. That, hopefully we can get him a little slim. Is he a little chunky?
He's very thin already.
And you call him Gordito? That's
Si.
like the opposite.
Si.
I love it. Okay. I'll call him Beast. Because he's probably a little dog, right?
Right. Pilar, if you're listening, pack up Gordito now. Gordito's going on a vacation.
Say goodbye.
A perm vacation, a permanent. So in the news today, did you know that there's alligators? There's an alligator emerged in one of the Florida beaches. How crazy is that?
Let me tell you something, guys. I'm not from Florida, and I know a lot of you are. And you're like, oh, I'm going to go swim really deep out into the ocean. I barely put my feet in the ocean. I mean, I'll go through the sand, but I'm not getting that deep. And I'm only doing that because of sharks. They're like, well, you trust me, Justin. The sharks are not going to bother you. I'm like, really? I'm pretty sure that I've seen them bother a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do they know
But
that?
now we have alligators
Now
too.
you have alligators.
Oh, great.
Now, don't put a toe in there
No,
because
no.
that toe's he's gonna take the whole foot.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not. There's no way I'm swimming. Do you swim in the ocean? Be honest.
I don't swim in the ocean. I don't swim in the ocean. And a story I went
Brianna, I'd like
paddleboarding.
to ask you this too. Do you swim in the ocean, Brianna?
Only in the Caribbean because I can see.
Yeah, that's a
What's
pretty
coming
good
in?
point.
Fancy.
I do feel better if you can see, to the bottom. But there's still sharks there. Let's not
Yeah.
kid
At
ourselves.
least you can see them coming.
But so now not only have to worry about sharks, jellyfish.
Jellyfish,
hurt.
yeah.
I don't have to pee on myself.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, if you get stung by a jellyfish, you have to pee on yourself.
Oh.
That's the only way to soothe the pain. But now we have to worry about alligators too. Great. I'm
Now
never
you have
going
to
near
worry
that
about
ocean.
Alligators. So it's just some Florida beaches. And also, did you know that Melbourne Beach and Sarasota Beach were voted one of the U.S. best beaches? I know we're going into summer and people are already, getting their plans ready for the weekend and beach weekend. So, check out Melbourne Beach. I am myself from Brevard County, from Melbourne, and it's a very small, quaint town. And you're saying no. What's going on?
Well, I just don't know. When I think of Melbourne, I don't think of beautiful beach.
Really?
I just in my head. Sarasota maybe. Melbourne, I'm like,
Sarasota's
oh.
nice, but I like Melbourne only because of the I was gonna say the big nightlife, but they only have one street, but it's so much fun.
I feel like I would go to Melbourne to like get my car fixed or something.
No, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I used to live, I don't know, maybe like 20 years there, so it's a lot of fun. And they have the beaches there, but they also have the Melbourne, downtown Melbourne, where they have a lot of different places to go eat there and stuff like that. And Sarasota, the beaches there are
Yeah,
like sand.
Sarasota's nice.
It's
Melbourne,
beautiful.
Look, I'm not complaining about Melbourne. I just don't know that much about it.
No, I liked it. I guess I grew up there, so I'm impartial for that.
Okay.
So, did you happen to see the SpaceX Sonic Boom? Did you hear the Sonic
No.
Boom last night?
No, I did
That's
not.
because it didn't go up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened?
So it was scrubbed. I think it was due to weather.
Don't you think it's a little funny that we went to the moon in 1960 something, and now like we haven't even gone back lately?
Just a little sprinkle and
I
they
feel
scrub
like
it.
we've really taken a step back when it comes to space science. Don't you?
I do too.
I
So I
don't
don't
know.
know. It last night. Me and my husband were waiting for it. Was like around 8:00. You're gonna hear a sonic boom, and we're waiting, and then of course they're
No
like,
boom.
nope, no boom. And I don't know if they're going up tonight. I think that we're gonna try it. So. Stay tuned for that. So, that's all I have in the news today.
Happy birthday, Allie Mack.
Thank you so much.
And sorry, it's not the best birthday you've ever had, of course, but happy 32. You only be 32 once.
Only 32 once, and I got a doggy on my birthday, so
Yeah, Gordito.
I'm gonna hold it to you then.
Trust me,
I'ma hold
Gordito,
you to it.
you're gonna love this house way better, Gordito. So what are you gonna do tonight for hubby, you, for dinner? Where are you gonna go?
Well, we're actually going to Puerto Rico this weekend.
What?
Tonight, I know we're going to PR.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this evening we're going to the Dr. Phillips Center. My husband has this exhibit that we're going to go see of a famous architect. So,
So your husband's an architect.
He is.
I'm gonna get this real straight right now. He's an architect, so he loves architecture things. And for your birthday, he's gonna take you to an architecture exhibit. Wow, pretty interesting, huh?
Always
What a
thinking about
thoughtful-
himself.
what a
no,
thoughtful
I
guy.
actually, I've been with my husband for so long that I also have I love architecture and I love just the way they describe certain kind of elements and the lines and this, and it's really funny. But I sat in a room with a bunch of architects, engineers, and all that, and they kept talking about penetration and this and that, and I'm going like, babe, what the heck are you guys talking about? And shafts and this, and I'm like, what the heck are you guys talking about?
Yeah.
But it's actually, terms that they speak, but I just had a ball.
You know this is
with all
not
of them.
satellite radio, right?
I'm sorry.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
It is an engineer. It's terms that engineers use for real. That's what I was told because I was like all getting red with all the conversation. I was like, maybe I shouldn't be here.
Did I ever tell you the last time what happened to me when I was in Puerto Rico?
No.
Oh, so I was in a bad mood one day. I was like, Pilar, I'm just gonna book a flight right now. Let's get out of town.
And
She's
you
like,
went
where
to
do you want to
Puerto Rico?
go? So I just looked on Orlando's website, the airport's website, and I saw a direct flight to Puerto Rico. I was like, let's just go to Puerto Rico. No passports necessary. Let's just get out of here, go to Puerto Rico, book the hotel in San Juan because all planes go to San Juan, right? No. There's also a flight that goes to Ponce. So
Oh.
I ended up in the wrong city in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
But I had a really nice hotel. It just happened to be 3 or 4 hours away. No big deal.
So you don't recommend going to Ponce?
No, yeah, it was fine. It was a fine town, but I recommend looking to figure out what city you're actually flying into before you book your hotel rooms.
My
That's the
husband's
way to do
planned
it.
everything, so I'm excited.
If you have any issues with your internet security, if you own a business and you're worried about people hacking in and stealing your customers' information, much like, well, let's say Wells Fargo, you're going to want to
God,
stick
yes.
around. Very special guest coming up right on the other side of this break. Tom Mihalinko is going to fix all of your security issues on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Welcome back to the program. It's an Allie Mack birthday edition of Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. Don't forget to watch the TV program. It's Behind the Law on television this Sunday. And every Sunday, 10 a.m., TV 27. Also watch our new TV show, You Have Real Estate, with me, attorney Justin Clark. CBS, 12:30 in the afternoon every single Saturday. And also follow us at Behind the Law Radio on Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform. You can actually watch this program. Now, Brianna, you can also watch the show on YouTube?
You can.
All right. So are you actually uploading them and doing it the right way? Or are you behind? Tell me about this, please. I've been meaning to ask you.
We're streaming live right now.
On YouTube? Oh,
On
wow.
YouTube. Right now.
You're doing better than I thought.
I know.
So can I watch all the old shows on YouTube as we sit here today?
We have some really good shows,
For real?
too.
We do.
Oh, cool.
Uh-huh.
We have
So
some
how do
really
I,
good
like, what do I
shows.
do? I go to, like, let's say I'm on my phone right now, and I want to go watch Behind the Law. What do I do? How do I go to YouTube, and what do I search
Go
for?
to youtube.com, and you can actually type in the search bar Behind the Law with Justin Clark and Allie Mack, and we will pop right up.
Really?
Yeah.
Good job. I didn't know
Very
that.
cool.
Yeah, I did not know that, but I like it very much. Joining us today, very special guest, good friend of mine, too, played basketball at the Malat, Tom Mihalinko. Tom, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Find My Weakness is the name of your company, and I was watching a show the other day about, it was about the Vietnam War, and it was about all of them fighting over there, and, you know, just a terrible war it was. But then I also had someone come in my office yesterday, and they were talking about how they work on the Army. And I said, oh, yeah, what do you do? What do you do in the Army? They're like, oh, we're on the internet security team. I mean, this is something that even 20 years ago, we didn't realize what a challenge this was going to be with other countries now hacking and really stealing all of our information. This is a big issue now, is it not?
Absolutely, yeah. Nation states are a big threat to everybody's security nowadays. And when we talk about nation state attacks, like we can even start talking about infrastructure and power and water and all that stuff. And when you start thinking about all of those things that run on computer systems, that can make you lose a little sleep at night when you're in the industry.
No doubt about it. And, you know, there's two really components of this. It's personal privacy, and then there's also the business issue. So here recently, I've been having someone who is emailing my attorneys they create a Justin Clark email address or something and say, hey, Justin, please, I'm in a really bad spot right now. Can you go buy 50 Amex gift cards or something?
Yep. There you go.
And I'm like, how do they even know how to do this? I mean, how are they doing that? How are they infiltrating my system?
Yeah, that's easy. Well, they're not actually infiltrating your system there. That they can just find information on the internet, find out that Justin Clark's the boss, and they can do what's called a spoofing attack.
So this is something that's happening. It's not just
Oh, yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, it happens everywhere. And what you're talking about is a spear phishing attack. So it's a targeted attack to your employees that's saying, hey, I'm Justin. So they're representing you. It's a personalized attack attacking your company. company. General spear phishing is everybody gets these. Hey, you know, I'm so-and-so from blah, 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 and you need to click on this link for what. Everybody gets those emails, but a spear phishing attack is a targeted attack that's trying to get something out of your business.
So if I get an inappropriate email from Justin, I just should disregard, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what I would say if Justin can plead the fifth on that one. Yeah.
Don't worry, I deleted it.
Oh yeah, unbelievable. So a lot of times I think, well, I mean, this is really going on. This is serious stuff right here. I need to deal with it. I should call the FBI. But are they really going to do anything?
Well, you can call the FBI, and the FBI will respond. They take everything down. They take notes on everything, and they'll open a case. But depending on the impact or the severity of the attack, they may or may not take action on it. They get calls all the time for everything, and they're dealing with things in the multi-millions of, maybe even approaching the billions of dollars with some of these companies. So, but everybody is a target, and everybody deals with it.
Let me talk about it from a personal perspective. I don't mean me personally. I mean non-business perspective, because I remember there was a few years ago where all these celebrities had their phones hacked. Remember that? And there was like all these nude pictures and videos and things that were released.
Yeah, how do people do that?
Are there things that we can do personally to protect ourselves, to make sure that people don't hack our phones? I mean, all of our information, guys, is right here. I'm holding up my phone right now. I mean, everything in our life is right here on this little 3-inch by 8-inch whatever piece of equipment. Everything. Are there any things that we can do, Tom, personally, to protect our information?
Yeah, absolutely. On the personal side, there's 3 different things that we're trying to protect, right? Privacy, our reputation, and our productivity, right? You know, we don't want somebody interrupting our lives and charging all our credit cards up, or releasing our personal information on the internet. That really can be a bad thing for you. So what you can do, the first thing you need to do, and I'm going to talk specifically about those celebrities. They were exploited by what's called a credential stuffing attack. And what that means,
you might have to help us understand.
Sorry,
break
Allie,
it down.
Talk to your architecture guys about that term. But so many people use the same password amongst many different websites. It's just a common thing that normal people do. What will happen is one of those websites will get breached or will get hacked, and the bad guys will get that password and it'll get published on what's called the dark web. Another bad guy might grab that information, find the email address that's associated with that password, and try different types of accounts. Eventually, they might come across your iCloud account, and if you coincidentally have the same password that was on your Yahoo that got hacked, if you're using that same password for iCloud, well, now they have access to your pictures.
So they get right in.
Right. So having a unique password is paramount to minimizing that likelihood of an attack, type of an attack.
And changing your password every 30 days, 60 days?
Yeah, so when we're talking businesses, we recommend 30 to 60 to 90 days for businesses. From a personal level, like, I would recommend to change your passwords at least once a year. And then any opportunity you have to sign up for, it's called multi-factor authentication. And we've all seen this now with our banks where they say, hey, what's your cell phone number? Because I want to send you a text message.
Right.
Yeah.
And Facebook has that now. Anytime you have an option to sign up for multi-factor authentication, you want to do that as well. And then you don't need to change your password quite as often, because if they do hack your password, they still have to get the text message, right? So it's a good thing to have.
Gotcha. And from a business owner perspective, then, I mean, what I was just talking about a moment ago, that's happening to me over and over and over again. I mean, is there anything I can do from a business owner perspective to really help protect my business?
Yeah, definitely. So one thing in that specific scenario that you brought up, your employees get those emails. Yeah. Well, make sure your employees understand what those type of emails are, right? And then they're not going to be sending those $50 Apple gift cards out.
The funny thing is we have an office in Tennessee as well, and we have lawyers up there, so I don't spend as much time with them. So they didn't really notice it wasn't a typical just an email, so they were running right out and buying these gift cards, and because they don't know me as well up in Tennessee. And I was like, guys, no, this is not me. You didn't notice that he was at Yahoo or whatever. I mean, but they went out and did it, and I think they ended up getting credited back or something. But it really happened. I mean, it really worked. These people who are doing it they're good. They're talented. This is what they do for a living. It's craziness, honestly.
Absolutely. And there are a lot of different scammers out there. And what you need to do as a business owner, small to medium-sized businesses, they need to establish, and there's different solutions out there that you can sign up for security awareness training. And a lot of security awareness trainings cover those types of topics. And it's just having the awareness to know that if you need to ask a question, don't feel uncomfortable to ask the question. Like, hey, Justin, outside of the email, hey, Justin, do you really need $150 gift cards? Because that sounds kind of weird. Like, they need to know that.
And I don't. I don't want your gift cards at all. That's right. Yeah. But, the bad part about this is a lot of times we sort of bury our head in the sand. Like, oh, unless something really bad happens, we're not going to do anything about it. Because, it hasn't happened yet. But you don't want to wait until something bad happens. So Tom Mihalinko, let me ask you this. Let's say I want to hire your company to come in and do an analysis of my business or even my personal life.
Yeah.
Is that something that you can do? Can you come in and analyze my weaknesses?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if we're not finding your weaknesses, we're not doing what we say we can do. So normally the first thing we'll do is we'll come in and we'll do what's just a general risk assessment. We'll come in, we'll see what you have. We need to figure out where your crown jewels are at, what's important to you in your business, what sensitive data, your customer data that you mentioned before, financial data. We'll figure that out, figure out where it's stored, and then figure out how it's protected. And then we'll start to address those controls and then make recommendations on what you can do to improve them.
What are some things that we can do as a business owner?
One thing, obviously, the security awareness training we talked about. We talked about passwords, making sure that you're doing that. But from a business perspective, you need to, if you have an MSP, like a managed service provider, or you have an IT guy, you need to make sure that you're installing your updates every month. That's a big thing, because if you click on a link that runs a computer program like a virus or something, most of the time it's taking advantage of an update that you haven't installed. So 95% of the time, if you're installing your software updates, that's going to cover you. Just basic things. More technical, your configuration on some of your systems. Like, we can come in and say, hey, look, this system is open for anybody to connect to from the internet. Well, that's not a good thing, because you only want your employees to connect to that one resource from the internet. So there's a lot of different types of things that you can look at, and different types of controls that can be evaluated to protect that type of data.
If you're worried about your privacy, whether you're a business owner or personally, you're going to want to stick around for the next half hour. We're going to protect your privacy right here on Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando.
Hey guys, hey Gravy.
Happy birthday, Allie Mack.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Welcome back to the program. Another half hour of Behind the Law. We're going to play Stump the Clarkie here in just a minute. If you want to play along with us at home, follow us at Behind the Law Radio, ESPN 580 Orlando. Allie Mack, happy birthday. It's a very special show. It's a birthday show for you, but we lost a dog.
I know, we lost my pups.
When's the last time that you had a dog before this one?
I'm going to tell you, I have always had dogs, but I never connected with a dog like I did with my Rocky. So my Rocky became, me and my husband, this is our second marriage, and we have kids from our previous marriage.
Do you mean like you guys had a big fight and you got divorced before and married again, or you had other spouses before? What do you mean?
We had other spouses before.
Okay, I got you.
So we got married, and we're not going to have any kids because our kids are already in college. So we had this puppy that became our fur baby.
Dogs
So-
are a lot of work. I mean, they really are. If you're one of these like young kids, like 22-year-olds, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a dog. I just met an awesome girl. We're gonna like get an apartment, get a dog. You better make sure you're in for the long haul. I
Most
cannot
definitely.
stand these people who get a dog and then like, you know what? I'm gonna take it back to the pound because I can't take care of it. Dogs are a pain. I have again 3 dogs, but I
Well,
got.
you have 2 dogs now.
Oh yeah, I've given you one dog
Remember?
to it's
Because-
your birthday present for me. But no, I have a Bracco,
forgot.
my main dog, the dog who I've had myself before the relationship. His name is Bracco, Bracco, because I was watching Goodfellas when I got him, and Lorraine Bracco was in the show, so I named him Bracco, and he's great. But then once you have kids, and then you go on vacation. People bend over backwards to come babysit my kids. I want to go babysit Sophia. I want to go babysit Mila. Bracco? Like, dogs they're work. But so, the PSA here is before you go buy a dog, you better make damn sure that you're ready to essentially be a parent. Because if not, you're a bad person if you just like give a dog away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we're empty nesters, and we have a couple people that have always wanted, and they even if we don't go on vacation, they want to have our dogs over. That's how awesome our dogs are. So we loved our dogs. I mean, we took Rocky paddleboarding. He loves paddleboarding. I mean, there's nothing that we took that dog everywhere, and my puppy was just so full of life and just made us all so happy. So we're always going to remember him.
The beautiful Brianna is also here. Hello, Brianna. How are you?
I'm good.
We're going to play Stump the Clarkie here in just a moment. If you want to play along with us, go to @BehindTheLaw Radio, Facebook, Instagram, any social media platform. Very special guest joining us today, and a very important subject, really. It's security. It's internet security, whether you're a business owner, personal, whatever it is. Tom Mihalinko. Tom, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Thanks for being here.
I'm doing great.
If I'm interested in having you come out and do a little assessment of my business or even my personal information, how do I reach out?
Yeah, so a couple different ways. You can go to our website, findmyweakness.com. You can send us an email. You can send me an email. I'm at tom@findmyweakness, or you can give us a call. We got a cool 800 number. It's 844-END-RISK.
Wow, I like that a lot.
I like that.
But I mean, this is risky stuff. I don't think we can express it enough how important it is. I mean, we have an entire military, essentially, dedicated to protecting us from hacks from other countries. I mean, this is a huge issue now. It's unbelievable, really.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we hear about it all the time. And from the data that I see, our firewalls, even home in the different organizations that we work with, we see attacks coming from China, North Korea, Russia, all day long, constantly. Even at home, they're scouring the entire internet looking for holes to find or weaknesses.
Unbelievable. So we're going to play a little game now, Tom. I hope you don't mind to play with us.
Absolutely.
And don't stress, because it's very likely you're going to win, because Brianna likes to see me lose. It's called Stump the Clarkie. It's your chance to win my money.
Pressure's really
and she always likes to find a category, well, that's in your favor, because she wants to see me lose.
She always wants to find our weakness.
Yeah, there you
Get
go.
it? You get it? You get it?
Let's play this
All
game.
right,
See what
now it's
she
time
does.
for Stop the Clarkie. Come on, Clarkie. We need you to get over here. We got some great trivia questions we want you to answer. Come on, Clarkie. Get over here.
All right, so it's 4 questions today. Brianna, what is the category?
It is all about cybersecurity.
Shocking.
today.
Oh,
Shocked.
wow,
Shocked. I had
unbelievable.
$20 on that.
All right, go ahead. Question number 1, Brianna, go ahead.
Question number 1. How many days does it take a company to realize that there's been a data breach?
This is the first time I've ever wanted to cheat. I kind of want to look at Tom's
Blink
information.
once if you say a month. If you think a month, just blink.
No, seriously, what was the question again? I was really trying to cheat for a minute. And
How many days does it take a company to realize that there's been a data breach?
like on average?
On average.
Or?
Yeah, it's on
Okay.
average.
Ugh.
I'm thinking. I'm maybe. No, I mean. I do 10.
How rude is it to defeat Allie Mack and Stump the Clarkie on her birthday?
Pretty rude.
Don't be rude.
Question number 2 for a Friday night edition of Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. Justin Clark, Allie Mack, the beautiful Brianna. Tom Mihalinko joins us today. Question number 2, go ahead.
Question number 2. A 2018 study shows that what percentage of businesses do not have a business continuity plan in place? What percentage of businesses do not have a business continuity plan in place?
I'm thinking a lot. There's so many small businesses out there that are just trying to get by, and we're not really planning on the future. I'm not looking for hints. I'm just giving you my thoughts.
Well, you weren't getting hits. You weren't getting
Did
any.
you see him blink? He blinked twice.
I'm not getting hits.
Question number 3. It's Stump the Clarky. Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. Brianna?
Of the 72% of global businesses who claim to have a cybersecurity incident response plan in place, what percentage actually have tested their plan for effectiveness? Of the 72% of global businesses who claim to have a cybersecurity incident response plan in place, what percentage actually have tested their plans for effectiveness?
Not Wells Fargo.
Seriously.
Are they still in the news?
They're still in business somehow.
Well,
I
they're
don't know if they're in the news anymore.
Got
But
that continuity plan in
Yeah.
place.
horrible.
their continuity planners just keep messing up. You know, hey,
I did it
hey,
again.
sorry.
That's fine. We'll survive.
All right, Stump the Clarky. Question 4, Brianna. What is it?
This is
Last
a great,
question.
Great segue to this last question. What percentage of hacked small and medium-sized businesses go out of business within a year of that hack?
Oh goodness.
Oof.
What percentage of hacked small and medium-sized businesses go out of business a year after that hack? They don't have the money that Wells Fargo has to stay open. He gets to bounce back.
Too big to fail.
Tom did not make any eye contact during any
didn't.
question.
So,
I just want to
all
say.
right, at least you weren't cheating today. Tom, she's not above cheating. Let me be honest with you, especially on her birthday show.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Especially on her birthday
Tom
show.
was texting me the whole time, so don't worry about it. Don't worry, Tom. It's okay.
You're listening to Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. You ready to score this game, Brianna?
Let's do it.
All right, question number 1. What was it?
How many days does it take a company to realize, on average, that there's been a data breach?
Tom Mihalinko, our special guest today, what did you say?
I put 1 year plus.
Ooh, wow,
Nice.
that's a long one. All right, Allie Mack, what do you have?
Oh goodness, I said 10 days.
10 days. I went with 12 days, but I think Tom's probably way closer. What is it?
Yep, it's 191
Wow, we were
days.
way off.
191 days. I guess we should have known by the
Way
question.
off.
Tom, that goes to you. It's 1-0-0. Tom Mihalinko pulls in front. Question number 2.
Question number 2, according to a 2018 study, what percentage of businesses do not have a business continuity plan in place?
Allie Mack, what do you have?
I said 42%.
I went with 72%. Tom, what did you say?
I got 85%.
85%.
Oh, wow.
What is the right answer?
Well, it's actually 33%.
33%.
I know.
Oh,
That
wow.
means
I
was
thought
me.
was extremely low.
Allie Mack gets the
lying.
point on her very
Yay.
special birthday show. Question 3, Brianna.
Question number 3. Of the 72% of global businesses who claims to have a cybersecurity incident response plan in place, what percentage have actually tested their plans for effectiveness?
Yours truly, Justin Clark, went with 18%. Tom, what do you have?
I went with 5% as the realistic number, but it was probably closer to 50 if the companies that said they were doing it is reporting on it.
Is that allowed?
But I'm
No,
going with
which one
5.
is his answer?
Five is my
Which one is
official.
Lock him in at
5 is my
5%.
answer.
Lock him in at 5 or
Allie Mack?
I said 25.
25%. What is the right answer?
40%.
40%. That would go to, what did you say?
25?
Oh, Allie Mack gets the point and pulls ahead 2-1.
wow.
Justin Clark could be skunked for
Yay.
only the second time in the history of the show right now. Unless I win
Has it
this.
only been 2?
I've only gotten skunked 1 time. Then I'm about to get skunked again. I have 0 right answers at this point. Going into question 4, I'm a little nervous right now.
He's very competitive.
All right, Brianna, what was question
Question.
4? Please tell me it's close to 48%.
What? Right.
That's not fair.
Go ahead.
What percent of hacked small and medium-sized businesses go out of business a year after that hack?
I said 48%. Tom?
I went with 90.
90%. Allie Mack.
75.
What is the right answer?
60%.
60%. That would be.
Is that me?
No, I think I finally. I escaped.
Did you?
Oh my
You better
gosh.
count, you
Thank
better
goodness
count.
I didn't get skunked today. I didn't win, but I did not get skunked. Stick around. We're going to talk more about internet security right on the other side of this break. It's Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando.
Okay, folks, thank you so much for being with us. Clarky, let's get out of here, buddy. My stomach thinks my throat's cut. I'm starving.
Now back to Behind the Law with Justin Clark, right here on ESPN 580 Orlando.
The final segment ahead of Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. Justin Clark here with you as we are every single weeknight, 8 o'clock p.m. on our favorite sports radio station. Don't forget to watch the TV show. It's Behind the Law on television this Sunday and every Sunday, 10 a.m., TV 27. Also watch the new TV show. This Saturday, 12:30, you have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. You're going to like it. If you're in the market to buy a house, this show is for you. Allie Mack is here to my left, and it's her birthday. Hello, Allie Mack. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for playing that baby music at the end.
Anytime.
Baby making music.
The beautiful Brianna joins us as always. She's directly to my right. If you want to look, you're not going to want to look at me. I understand that. But if you want to see these two beautiful ladies, go to @Behind the Law Radio, Facebook, Instagram. Follow us right there. You can watch us do the show every single weeknight about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Hi, Brianna. How are you?
Awesome.
Tom Mihalinko, a good friend of mine, joins us today. He's the founder of Find My Weakness. What does that mean exactly? I'll tell you what it means. We are all at risk of getting our data breached, whether you're a business owner or whether it's personal. It's happened to almost all of us now. I mean, we have all experienced it. It's worse than cancer in a lot of ways because it's like digital cancer. I mean, it's terrible what's going on. Tom, welcome to the show.
It's good to be here.
Let me ask you this question. So, most business owners will have their IT guy, right?
Right.
Oh, I don't know, call my IT guy. Oh, well, your email's messed up, call my IT guy. But IT is a little bit different, or managed IT services is a little bit different than security like you do, right? And I don't think that all these IT guys know how to do security like you do. Is that right?
I would say that's right. Yeah, a lot of IT guys are stretched pretty thin as it is, and then piling this whole problem on top of everything else they do makes it tough for those guys.
So what do we do? As a business owner, what do you recommend? What can you come into my law firm right now? How can you kind of like look and see what we're going on? Because I know my IT guy told me we back up our server on the cloud, 3 times a week. I mean, but what can you come in and do to make sure the Russians aren't invading my law firm?
Yeah, well, we can come in, we can work with your existing IT people and kind of help them kind of back up what they're telling us, So what I say by backup is back up the talk, right? So they're coming in and they're saying that they're backing up your stuff, but are they testing those backups, right? Are they verifying that when everything goes south, what those backups will work, right? That might be a no, and we can ask those types of questions. So,
but it's different though. It's different because when I say backup, that just means I'm not losing my files. It doesn't mean that I'm making sure no one's accessing them, from another country or whatever. That's a different thing.
Absolutely
I almost think, look, the website guy and the IT guy are different people, are they not? When you ask a website guy to be your IT person, they're like, well, no, I do websites. You ask your IT guy to do websites, they're like, no, I do IT. To me, Tom, it almost seems like a third branch of digital information or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So 2 of the services that we provide, and we're going to talk about a word we brought up earlier, but we do vulnerability management testing.
I like that.
And we also do what's called penetration testing.
Okay.
So there you go,
He
Allie.
looked at me.
So both of those, we're actually simulating an attack of what a bad guy would do. So we're looking for those weaknesses, those technical weaknesses, and then we're trying to exploit them.
Why are these two blushing?
I don't know. We're talking IT.
It's the term.
Penetration testing.
It's the weirdest thing.
weird.
Exploiting, like I'm just
Too many words going around. Too
unbelievable.
much.
some water.
I think today is a timely show. We had the arrest today of Julian Assange. You might have seen that too. And how does this guy be able to go in and really get all of this information from really sensitive stuff? I mean, how does he do that?
Well, I know a lot of people call him a hacker. That's kind of a polarizing subject. People go one way or another with Assange. The point is that he's releasing sensitive government information through sources or through other means. Whether he's justified or not, I don't know. But he is a threat to national security in the sense that we're leaking sensitive information. That's my take on Assange.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's good or bad because I really don't know. I mean, there's all this open government, all these sunset laws, like you can't do anything in private anyway. So Is it really that wrong what he's doing? I don't know. I mean, I don't think that really even that debate is for this program, but obviously he was able to buy information or find sensitive information somehow. But then it goes back to the Edward Snowden thing. You remember the guy who was working in Hawaii for the United States government. He was working for the government. My understanding is our own government can see everything we do. Is that right?
Well, maybe. Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah. So they're if they want to know, they're going to know. And in our industry, these organizations we talk about, if it's only a matter of time when you're gonna get breached. I hate to say it like that, but that's what people talk about, and that's the perspective that we need to start taking on how we're protecting our information. Is it's only a matter of time, so we need to reduce the amount of impact for when it does happen. We just have to assume that it's going to happen. We have to reduce that impact.
So you know how some business owners have Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, and they author your password and all that. So how does a business owner protect themselves from? I mean, you don't want to give your password to everybody. So how is it that business owners protect themselves from people having their password that you give them and infiltrate your files? Yeah,
so specifically from a Wi-Fi perspective, that's just an entry point. What you can actually do is if you offer free Wi-Fi as a company, like if we offer free Wi-Fi here in the business, we need to make sure it's separated or segregated from the inside network. So we don't want to be able to get to the inside network from the public Wi-Fi. That would be a bad thing. So that's one thing that we can do to mitigate that threat.
Okay.
But how do we separate it? What do we do? I mean, that's a great question, first of all. I think most businesses have a Wi-Fi for their employees, if not for their guests or for their customers. So, that's a great question. How do we really segregate the two?
So that's getting to more of the technical side, but you can configure different Wi-Fi networks at the wireless point, the wireless access point, and then you got to make network configurations to where when people connect, it's just a configuration change pretty much on your wireless router to block that traffic from that access point.
It's Behind the Law, ESPN 580 Orlando. Justin Clark, Allie Mack, the beautiful Brianna joining you tonight. Thanks for listening. 321-282-1055. Talking to Tom Mihalinko from Find Our Weakness. Tom, one more time, how do we reach out?
FindMyWeakness.com. That's the website, or you can give us a call, 844-ENDRISK.
Most people I talk to now literally don't use cash. They use credit cards for everything. Yep. Brianna uses my credit card almost daily to buy stuff on Amazon, right? Almost daily. Is it safe? Is it safe? Is it safe?
It's safe. There's a lot of protection mechanisms that are in place nowadays. So especially with your bank doesn't want to lose the money because they might be liable for it. Yeah. So from that perspective, they're taking a lot more interest on it. So there's times where I get flag charges and I'll get a phone call. So it might get breached, but like I said, mitigating that threat, mitigating that impact is what we're looking for, and the banks are helping us do that nowadays.
You know how there are these like doomsdayers who will build like the whole basement and stock it with cans of soup for the next 87 years? Crazy people, right? Well, there's also crazy people who are, we're so afraid that people are watching what we're doing, they become nuts too, Tom. I mean, is there a line between, being cognizant of the fact that, maybe people can hack in here, but not being so crazy that I'm worried about it constantly?
Well, yeah, I mean, I hate to get a little real here, but with the technology that we fall in love with, our cell phones, our computers, the flexibility that we get with all this great technology, comes those types of things, comes the invasion of the privacy. So if you want that separation, you got to start giving up that addiction in that sense. Really, I mean, there are doomsdayers, but like from the technology is going to take over. I hate to say it, like privacy is at risk. There's controls that we can put in place, like freezing our credit and things like that, but at some point, it can get released, so you have to be okay with that realistic opportunity that could happen, and that's what we all have to face reality. I hate to say it.
Artificial intelligence, it's something that, a bit of a key word in a way, and something that people are a little bit nervous about, but it's also nice to have robots do the sweeping in your house as well, right? What do you think about the future of artificial intelligence, AI?
Yeah, that's a pretty touchy subject. I know Elon Musk is. If you guys know who Elon Musk is, he owns Tesla. He's really he loves AI, but at the same time, he knows that that's going to be probably the end of humanity. Is probably what he talks about. There's some really cool things that you're doing with AI nowadays. Yeah. They're talking about how they're going to be able to integrate AI with humans, like plug in computers into our brains to kind of augment our additional thinking. Shifting that processing power. When you think about those types of things, I was reading an article article that AI is learning how to program, like computer program. It's teaching itself how to computer program,
Wow,
so
that's scary.
yeah.
It's
Very
great and it's scary at the same exact time. It's just one of those things that I don't know. I guess we're gonna just have to sit around and find out. Tom Mihalinko, find my weakness. If you have a business, if you're a business owner, and your IT guy is telling you, "Don't worry, we're backing it up in the cloud." I want you to call this guy, please. Let's do a free review of your system to see if there's anything that we can do to make sure you're protected. You do not want the Russians invading your system and stealing your clients' information. Tom, how do I reach out?
Yep, findmyweakness.com. You can send me an email personally at tom@findmyweakness.com, or you can give us a call, 844-END-RISK.
That went too quickly. We got to do this again. I have 1,000 more questions. We just have run out of time.
Absolutely.
Allie Mack, happy birthday.
Thank you so much.
I hope you have an awesome night at your husband's event. That was so nice of him to take you to an architecture event on your birthday, huh? Unbelievable. For the beautiful Brianna, for Tom Mihalinko, Allie Mack, I don't know much, but I do know one little thing.
What is that?
I'm going to see you right back here tomorrow night on ESPN 580 Orlando.